Welcome back to the Something in the Wilderness podcast. Thanks for joining us. This is another bonus episode. And if you've been following social media, then our social media in particular, then you will notice that we've been working on this trivia game to benefit the Dear Jack Foundation for a little while now. And I've invited 5 hardcore Andrew fans to do some trivia. They all donated to the Dear Jack cause, so we appreciate that. And today we have them on the show to compete in this trivia game. And today with me hosting our trivia game, we have Sam, who's been on a couple of episodes with me. This is Sam, who was on episode 54, talking about Cecilia and the Satellite at the beginning of the year. And he also came back recently on episode 66 to talk about Crashin'. So thank you so much for hosting, Sam.
Yeah, Steve, like I said, I'm always thrilled to come on your podcast. Your podcast is, if I had to say one podcast that I wish I would have thought of before you thought of, I wish I would have thought of yours. Granted, you are much better than I would be at hosting an Andrew McMahon themed podcast, but
I appreciate all the high praise, and you're welcome back anytime to join me for a song or talk about a show or whatever. So back in September, or maybe it was August, when Sam and I had talked on the last episode, off recording, he said, hey, if you ever, may have been on the recording, he talked about, hey, if you ever want to do a trivia game, I'm willing to host. And maybe we could somehow find a way to allow it to benefit the Dear Jack Foundation. And so we found a way. I'm on a team with a few others in the Midwest here called Team October. I'm just one member of that group, along with Dawn and Laura and Diane. And we have raised a bit of money. And I got to say, we've raised a good amount of money just based on this trivia game. Because like I said, all of the people competing today donated. Some of them even donated extra. And with these match donation challenges that Dear Jack puts out from time to time, in some cases, we've doubled their donation. So thank you guys all so much for donating. Thank you to those of you out there who donated to vote for the player you think will win. We'll come back to that. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit here. And I just want to go through and introduce the contestants now, the players of this trivia game. And I'll go in order the same way I listed them out on Instagram. So we'll start with Kyle. So welcome back to the show, Kyle.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah. Kyle was with me on episode 60 where we talked about orphans. And Kyle brought a pretty unique thing to the podcast. Kyle recorded a cover of the song Orphans, which I didn't think I'd ever hear a cover of the song Orphans. I consider that a deep cut. And I thought it was an awesome, awesome version. Still listen to it nowadays. And in fact, I had his version stuck in my head earlier. So, and I think I've told Kyle that before. It's weird how, a cover song of a song you love can be stuck in your head. And that was the case here. So,
well, thank you, Steve. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And so Kyle has a musical project called Patterns in Traffic, and you can find his stuff on Spotify and even more of his stuff on Bandcamp. So I've checked out his originals, I've checked out his covers, and highly recommend. So thanks for coming and competing today, Kyle.
Of course. Looking forward to it.
Next up, we have Lindsay. And Lindsay was on 2 episodes talking about 2 different songs. Episodes 40 for Out of It. She introduced me to that song. I really didn't know it before she came on the show and told me all about it. And then more recently, episode 63, for People Running. So welcome back to the show, Lindsay.
Thank you.
And even more recently than that, Lindsay and I had the opportunity to hang out in Vegas. We went to the When We Were Young festival together. She let me tag along. She and her husband let me tag along with them at the festival. And I even saw, Lindsay, I saw one of your, I think, favorite bands that I hadn't intended to see at the festival, but happened to be there. So what is it about this band, The Academy Is? You mentioned them as a band that Andrew fans should check out, and I've heard you talk about them before.
Yeah.
What is so special about this band to you?
I think that it's just a lot of nostalgia from college. My girlfriends and I just listen to them all the time. I now live in the city that they all, like their hometown. So their 3rd album was Fast Times at Barrington High, and that's just down the street from where I am at.
Cool. So kind of a hometown hero for you guys then.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Now it is.
Yeah. Next up, the third person playing today, we have Andrew. And Andrew is from the Memphis area, or lives in the Memphis area now. And Andrew was on episode 51, talked about fire escape last year. Welcome back to the show, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Yeah, sure. And actually, so this is a unique one. Andrew and I are actually going to do an episode very soon together. In fact, his may be the very next episode. He and I have to talk offline about that. So you can look forward to hearing Andrew talk about another song with me very soon. Andrew has a Packers podcast, right, Andrew?
Yeah, it's called Packers Fans Only. And apparently our host listened to one of the episodes today, and I'm honored by that. No, seriously. Yeah, go Pack, go.
Yeah.
And Kyle, funnily enough, I am on your episode of the podcast. I've not gotten to your cover yet, but I just started listening to that today. So looking forward to listening to your cover.
Awesome. Thank you.
That is really cool. You'll have to let us know what you think, Andrew. All right, next up, contestant number 4, we have Jenna, and she was on actually the latest episode. So when Jenna reached out and said, hey, I want to do Andrew trivia, I was like, well, hey, I really want you on the podcast. So will you also talk about your When We Were Young sideshow and festival experience? So welcome back, Jenna.
Glad to be back. This is going to be super exciting. I'm really glad to be part of this.
Yeah, and you mentioned that if you were to introduce a new fan to Andrew McMahon's music, you'd pick "Smokin' Ribbons." What's the reason for that particular song?
Dude, don't you love "Smokin' Ribbons"? It's a great song.
Of course.
Really, I think that what I would try to do is introduce somebody to newer stuff. Although my favorite stuff is definitely the older stuff. People seem to like current things. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me, but the goal with that is like that's one of my favorites off of the newest album, and I think that would be a good intro song.
Awesome. I agree. Next up, we have Laura, and Laura is coming to us from the West Coast, so she is definitely the furthest away in this particular game. Laura, you are brand new to the podcast. I want to welcome you, say hello, and you have been in a couple bands, right? You're a musician?
Yes, thank you for having me, first of all. And I am currently the drummer for a band called In Danger with my husband. And we play just whatever loud rock we feel like at the moment. We're doing some covers now, but we're in the process of putting together a bunch of originals. I also sing and play solo shows in which I just do acoustic guitar, and I do covers because I cannot bear to share my originals at this point.
Oh, okay. But you were in a former band as well, a pop punk and screamo band at one point, right?
Yes, I was in Sound City Silence in Manila, Philippines. I had moved over there after I graduated from Western Washington University, and I finally found my people. And we formed this band, and we performed mostly originals with some covers here and there, and it was the best time of my life.
Oh,
blew out my voice.
So you were the screamer, not the clean vocals.
I did both.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my vocal cords couldn't handle any of that. So singing alone can't handle it. So it's very cool. So again, welcome all of you to the show or back to the show. I'm looking forward to this trivia game. Again, I just want to put another plug in for the Dear Jack Foundation. So Team October, the four of us, we're just a small piece of the puzzle in helping raise money to fund life lists and other experiences for people who have been diagnosed, specifically adolescents and young adults who have been diagnosed with cancer, through their treatment and beyond. And so we're just trying to donate a little bit that we can, or find creative ways to fundraise in ways that we can. So I was really excited that Sam offered this opportunity for us. So thanks again, Sam. So I'm going to turn it over to Sam now, who's going to run a trivia game, and our 5 contestants are going to compete. So.
Yeah, thanks, Steve. And again, it's an honor to be here. So everyone, this game is called 1 to 10. I host a trivia podcast called the Pub Trivia Group, and that's mostly pub trivia style episodes, but occasionally I like to pretend I'm a game show host, and that's why I made up this 1 to 10 game. Now, most of my games are not exclusively Andrew-related content, but you know what? That's why I'm on your show today. So the way 1 to 10 works, first of all, the order is random. That order will be Laura, Andrew, Kyle, Lindsay, and Jenna. So in that order, I have 10 categories, and I'll get to those soon, but each of those categories corresponds with a number 1 to 10. The first objective of our contestants is to match a category with its corresponding number. So, say the category was Andrew songs that are 9 minutes or longer. Well, that one would correspond with the number 1, right? So the player who correctly matches a category with its number, well, first they get a point, and then they get to guess first. Which leads us to our second objective. The second objective is to correctly identify the items within a category. So players will take turns guessing. When a player makes an incorrect guess, they are eliminated from the category. So if Laura guessed Andrew songs that are 9 minutes or longer for 1, we would say, yes, Laura, you get a point. Now you get to guess first. What is the one Andrew song that is 9 minutes or longer? Well, let's say she guesses, I don't know, Smoke and Mirrors. Well, if she was to guess that, I'd be like, no, Laura, that is wrong. You are out for the category. I would move on to Andrew. Andrew would be like, it is Constantine. I'd be like, Andrew, that is correct. You get a point. Now, a category closes once. Either all items within the category are guessed correctly, or all players have been eliminated from the category by making an incorrect guess. We are going to play until all 10 of these categories are closed. Contestants, are you ready to hear what our 10 categories are?
Yes.
Y'all can't see this, but they're giving me thumbs up. We're going to say
Ready.
That's the podcast version of a woo, if I've ever heard one. Just the thumbs up. I love it. So thank you. So we got 10 categories today. Those categories are cities or states mentioned in something corporate lyrics. Contestants, you need to identify the city or state. The next category, host cities of the Dear Jack benefit concert outside of California. This would include the 2023 edition. Jack's Mannequin songs featuring F-bombs. Jack's Mannequin songs mentioning church. Names of people mentioned in wilderness lyrics. Contestants, you need to identify the names, and you can exclude any biblical references like God or Jesus. Just, regular names. The next category, songs on the original release of the Pop Underground. Songs on the original release of the self-titled Wilderness album. Songs primarily credited to Josh Partington on Leaving Through the Window and or North. U.S. Billboard Alternative Airplay charting songs by Andrew or any of his bands. And U.S. Billboard Hot 100 charting songs by Andrew and any of his bands. Now, I have one little sort of, we'll call it a caveat for these rounds, these categories. Unless otherwise stated, right? Just to simplify things, unless otherwise stated, these categories below reference the major studio albums from the career of Andrew McMahon across his 3 acts. So for something corporate, we're counting Leaving Through the Window and North, the original releases of Leaving Through the Window and North. For Jack's Mannequin, we're counting the original releases of Everything in Transit, The Glass Passenger, and People and Things. And then for the Wilderness albums, we're counting the self-titled album, Zombies on Broadway, Upside Down Flowers, and Tilt at the Wind No More, the original releases. Mixing in B-sides or, EPs, things like that, anything that was unreleased, it just makes things a lot harder. So for that reason, we are sticking to the big albums. So those are the 10 categories. People listening along at home, you can check the show notes, and those categories are there for you to play along with. But unless we have any questions, Laura will send things on to you. Are you ready to guess the first category?
All right. I'm going to go with songs on the original release of the Pop Underground for a quantity of 4.
That is correct. So you get a point and you get to make the first guess.
My first guess is synesthesia.
That is correct. All right, Andrew, you know one.
Learn to dance.
That is correct. Kyle, do you know one?
Let's go with After the Fire.
That is correct. Lindsay, do you know one?
I can sing through it, and I cannot get there right now. So I'm going to defer to Jenna on this one because I know she'll know it.
All right, Jenna, do you have it?
The fourth song is Catching Cold.
That is correct. And category number 4, songs on the original release of the Pop Underground, is now closed. And actually, Laura, it's right back to you since Jenna went last. Laura, are you ready to guess the next category?
Yes, and I'm not confident on the quantities of anything else, but I'm gonna just pick Jack's Mannequin songs featuring F-bombs. I'm gonna guess 2.
That is correct. Wow, you're on a roll, Laura. That is correct. Do you have the first guess?
Holiday from Real.
That is correct. Andrew, do you know the second one?
I do, but it's a bonus track on People and Things, and I can't for the life of me remember the name of it, so no.
All right, Kyle.
I do not know. I'm going to throw out a wild guess and say, hey, hey, we're all going to die.
That is incorrect. Lindsay.
Out of it if we're counting bonus tracks.
We are not counting bonus tracks.
Okay, then. Not out of it.
Do you have a different guess?
I'll go ahead and defer this one on.
All right, Jenna.
Out of it was also going to be a guess of mine. Does Miss California have an F-bomb in it?
That is incorrect. So, Laura, it goes back to you. Do you know the second one?
It's not coming to me.
That is okay. It is Miss Delaney.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, I knew what it was when you said it wasn't the bonus track. I immediately thought of bonus track, and I forgot we weren't.
Yes. Though it's biblical.
It's not on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck my sleep can be.
Though it's biblical, how effed my sleep can be. So there you have it. All right. So Laura, you got 2 points out of that round. So you are in the lead with 4 points, but it is now Andrew's turn. So Andrew, are you ready to guess the next category?
Yes. Go with songs on the original release of self-titled Wilderness album with 10.
That is correct. Can you name the first one?
Let's go with the first one, Canyon Moon.
That is correct. So you now have 2 points from this one. Kyle, you're up next.
I will go with Cecilia and the Satellite.
Track number 2. You guys don't have to go in order, but you are, and that's awesome. I appreciate that. Makes it easier for me to keep track of things. Lindsay, you are up next.
I'll go with High Dive.
That is, well, again, 1, 2, 3. You're all too good. All right, Lindsay, you get a point for that one. Jenna, you're up next.
I don't think I'm going in order here, but Maps for the Getaway.
That is correct. That's actually track number 10. So, yeah, but it's still way out of order. Jenna, that is a point for you. Laura, it's your turn.
Driving Through a Dream.
Driving Through a Dream is correct. Well done. Andrew, it is back to you.
Halls.
That is correct. Kyle, you're next.
Black and White Movies.
That is correct. I think that's my favorite song on that album. All right. Lindsay, back to you. There are 3 remaining.
Yeah. Television?
That is incorrect. So,
Oh.
Lindsay, you are out for the round. Jenna.
Have we said All Our Lives yet?
We have not. That is correct. So that is your second point for this round. Laura, back to you. There are 2 left.
This one was my sister's favorite song on the album, Rainy Girl.
That is correct. Well done. All right, Andrew, do you know the last one?
I'm gonna pass. I do know it, but I can't remember the name of it.
All right, Kyle.
I believe it's See Her on the Weekend.
That is correct. So, Kyle, you got 3 points from that round. Lindsay 1, Jenna 2, Laura 2, and Andrew 3. Kyle was the last to go. So, Lindsay, it is now your turn to guess the next category.
Oh, I feel like there's so much pressure. Let's do Jack's Mannequin songs mentioning church for 3.
Wow, that is correct. Y'all are good. Y'all are good. So, Lindsay, do you have the first guess?
I hope so. There are 2 songs that are so similar to me in my head, so I hope that I'm picking the right one. Is it Racing Thoughts?
Yes, that is correct. Starting that category off with 2 points, Lindsay. Well done. All right, Jenna, it is your turn.
Kill the Messenger?
Kill the Messenger is correct. All right, Get to Church because you're a good girl. All right, Jenna, you get a point. Laura, do you know the third?
I cannot think of another one, so I'm just going to say Bruised.
That is incorrect. Andrew.
Yes, House in the Trees.
That is incorrect. That does mention church, but it is by Andrew McMahon in the Wilderness. Kyle.
I am not at all confident in this answer, but I'm going to say Hammers and Strings.
That is incorrect. Lindsay.
I'm also not confident. I actually was going to go with Hammers and Strings too. Caves.
That is incorrect. So, Lindsay, you are out for the round. Jenna, you're the only one left. Jenna, can you tell us the third song by Jack's Mannequin mentioning church?
Can you tell me the 2 that have been said already?
So we've already said Kill the Messenger and My Racing Thoughts.
Can I say Miss California again?
That is incorrect. It is Drop Out the So Unknown. And we won't wake up on Sunday, so I'm building us a church. Either way, well done, everybody. So that round is closed. Jenna, you went last. So Laura, you get to pick the next category.
Cities or states mentioned in something corporate lyrics. I know there's more than one, so I'm going to pick the next highest number that's not picked yet, so 5?
That is incorrect. Andrew.
Let's go with songs primarily credited to Josh Partington on Leaving Through the Window and North, and go with 5.
That is incorrect. All right, Kyle, you're up.
Can I try Billboard Alternative Airplay Charting Songs by Andrew and his band for 1?
That is incorrect. All right, Lindsay. We got the easy ones out of the way, I guess.
Yes, let's do Host Cities for 5.
That is incorrect.
Okay. Fairly confident here. Josh Partington songs, 7.
That is correct. That is correct. Can you name the first one?
We'll start with Hurricane.
That is correct. So, Jenna, you open up that category with 2. Laura, it is your turn.
That was going to be my answer. I'm just guessing here. Let's go with Space.
That is correct. Well done. All right, Andrew.
Fall.
Fall is correct. I think Steve just had that. Just had Josh himself on his podcast talking about fall.
Yeah,
so that was pretty cool. All right, Kyle.
Only Ashes.
That is correct. Such a banger. Only Ashes is correct. All right, Lindsay, your turn. There are 3 left.
Can I get a recap from what Laura said? I'm sorry.
So the ones that have been guessed so far: Hurricane, Fall, Space, and Only Ashes. So there are 3 left.
Down.
Down is incorrect. All right, Jenna, your turn.
You're Gone.
That is correct. Well done. So you now have 3 points for this round. Laura, your turn. There are 2 left.
Ruthless?
That is incorrect. You are out for this round. Andrew.
I Won't Make You.
That is correct. Well done. So you got 2 points for that round. Kyle, do you know the final one?
I do not. I'm going to pass.
All right. Jenna, do you know the final one?
Runaway.
Jenna, that is correct. So Jenna, you get 4 points and close out that round. Jenna got 4 points from that round. Laura 1, Andrew 2, Kyle 1. We are now halfway through this game. So let's just do a quick score update. So we have Laura with 7 points, Andrew with 6. We have Kyle with 5, Lindsay with 3, and then Jenna with 8. So Jenna, a huge round, a huge category for you with the Josh Partington songs, puts you in the lead. We have 5 categories left. We have cities or states mentioned in something corporate lyrics, host cities of the Dear Jack benefit concert outside of California, names of people mentioned in wilderness lyrics, U.S. Billboard alternative airplay charting songs by Andrew and his bands, and U.S. Billboard Hot 100 charting songs by Andrew and his bands. The numbers we have up for grabs: 1, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Since Jenna went last, Laura, it is now your turn.
I'm going to guess again for cities or states mentioned in something corporate lyrics and up my number to 6.
That is incorrect. Andrew.
Host cities of the Dear Jack benefit concert outside of California, and then up my number as well to 6.
That is correct. Andrew, can you tell me one?
Yes. Chicago.
Yes, Chicago has hosted twice. They hosted the 6th benefit concert in 2015 and then the 13th in 2022. So, Andrew, you start off this round with 2 points. All right, Kyle, can you tell me another city?
I'm going to go with the one that I attended, which was in Philadelphia.
That is correct. They hosted the 12th edition in 2021. All right, Lindsay.
I'm going to go with the one that I wanted to go to but didn't, which was Denver.
That is correct. They hosted the 8th edition in 2017. Jenna.
This year's will be held in Austin.
That is correct. The 14th edition. Yet to happen, but maybe for some of you, it's already happened by the time you've listened to it. All right, Laura.
They're always so far away from me, so I'm just going to guess New York City.
That is correct. I would have also accepted Brooklyn as an answer. They hosted the 5th edition in 2014. All right, Andrew, back to you. There is one left that has not been guessed.
Boston.
Boston is correct. So, Andrew, you've closed out the category that you started. So you got 3 points out of that one. Andrew was the last to go. So, Kyle, you now get to pick the next category.
I am going to say Billboard Hot 100 charting songs by Andrew and his bands. 1.
That is correct. Kyle, can you tell me one song which charted on the Billboard Hot 100?
Yes, that'd be Cecilia and a Satellite.
That is correct. So you get both points for that category. And Lindsay, is now your turn.
I guess let's do cities or states for 8.
Yeah, city or states mentioned in something corporate lyrics. There were 8 of those. So well done. Can you tell me the first city or state you want to guess?
Yeah, I'm going to lead it off with my former city, Rockford.
That is correct. That is correct. Rockford mentioned in I Woke Up in a Car. So you're starting off that category with 2 points. All right, Jenna.
Amsterdam.
That is correct. Mentioned in Miss America. All right, Laura.
I'm going to go with New York City again.
That is correct. Also mentioned in I Woke Up in a Car. Andrew.
San Diego.
That is also correct. Also mentioned in I Woke Up in a Car. I Woke Up in a Car could have almost been its own category. Kyle.
Poughkeepsie.
That is correct. Also from I Woke Up in a Car. So we've now guessed New York City, Poughkeepsie, San Diego, Rockford, and Amsterdam.
Atlanta.
That is correct from She Paints Me Blue. So Lindsay, that is your 3rd point for the round. Jenna.
Can I answer this with a question?
Sure.
Mississippi. Is that a state or is that a river?
He is referring to the body of water.
So no.
So no. Do you have a different guess that you want to do? Because I'm okay with clarifications.
Okay. Phoenix.
That is incorrect. So Jenna, you are out for this round. Laura, back to you.
California?
That is incorrect. You are out for this round. Andrew, back to you.
Arizona.
That is correct. Also from I Woke Up in a Car. So Andrew, that is your 2nd point for this category. Kyle, back to you.
Andrew stole my thunder. I don't think I have the last one.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this is going to be a wild long shot guess. Georgia.
That is incorrect. All right, Andrew, do you know the final one? You're the only one left.
Yeah, I'm trying to like rack my brain, but man, I don't have anything. No.
All right. This one I think was a little bit of a sneaky one. It's from the song You're Gone, and the city is LA. A phone call from LA is my present.
Oh, I should have just guessed LA. Man.
Yeah, that would have been a nice guess, right? Anyway, Kyle, there are 2 categories left. We have names of people mentioned in wilderness lyrics. This, of course, excludes any biblical references. And then U.S. Billboard alternative airplay charting songs by Andrew and his bands. The numbers we have left are 5 and 9. Kyle, can you guess a category?
I will say people mentioned in wilderness lyrics for 5.
That is correct. Can you tell me one?
I think this is the 3rd point I'm getting off this song, but I'll go with Cecilia.
That is correct. The low-hanging fruit there. All right, Lindsay.
I'm going to go with Aaron.
That is correct. Aaron was mentioned in House in the Trees. All right, Jenna.
Also from House in the Trees, Jamie.
Jamie is correct. Well done. All right, Laura.
Oh, my head is filled with Jack's Mannequin girl names.
Yeah, there's 2 left.
Oh, shoot. I'm just going to go ahead and pass.
That is okay. All right, Andrew.
I'm going to ask another answer with a question. Does my Oxford friend is obviously referring to a real person? Does that count?
I looked at that.
Oh, it refers to Bobby.
Yeah, but since he didn't say Bobby.
Okay.
Then it does not count.
Okay, yeah.
But thank you for that tidbit.
No problem. No problem. Now I'm like at a loss though, because that was gonna be my guess. I thought you were trying to be sneaky.
Yeah, I'm never sneaky.
Yeah, I don't have a guess.
That is okay. All right, Kyle, back to you. There are 2 left.
I am stumped as well. I'm going to pass.
All right, so it's just Lindsay and Jenna left. Lindsay, do you know one of the final 2?
Well, I'm going to go off on a long shot, which here, I think I'm probably wrong on, but Brooklyn.
That is incorrect. I did look at that and made sure that he wasn't referring to any person named Brooklyn. But I had thought about that one too, so that was a good guess. All right, Jenna, you get to guess.
I get to guess until I'm done. I can give you Penelope.
Penelope is correct from the song Penelope. And then do you know the final one?
The final one. I also thought Brooklyn. I also thought Oxblood Friend. I'm racking my brain for this. He refers to Kelly in so many ways, but I think those are more Jack's mannequin. And I'm going to be mad when you tell me the answer. No, I don't know it.
You're all going to be mad when I tell you the answer. It's Katie from the song Ohio.
Oh, come on. How did we all miss that?
Yeah, I mean, at least all 5 of you missed that one at the same time. So, all right. So this isn't a guess. Laura, can you match the final category with the final number?
U.S. Billboard Alternative Airplay Charting Songs by Andrew and his bands for 9.
Yes, is correct. You get a point there. Can you tell me one?
Let's go with Cecilia and the Satellite.
Cecilia in the Satellite is correct. Cecilia peaked at number 5. So you're starting off with 2 points. Andrew, can you tell me another one?
High Dive.
High Dive peaked at number 16. Well done. Kyle.
How about Space?
Space peaked at 37. Well done. Lindsay.
You guys are really good at this. This is just going to be dead guesses. I feel like So Close charted.
It did. It peaked at 23. All right, Jenna.
Fire Escape.
Yeah, Fire Escape peaked at number 4, so actually one higher than Cecilia the Satellite. All right, let's move it back to Laura. You're doing well on this round so far. Laura, there are 4 that have not been mentioned yet.
I'm going to guess The Mixtape.
The Mixtape did not chart.
No, really? I watched on VH1 every morning before school. I figured, hey, must have been in the Billboard ones and not just VH1.
That's shocking to me, Laura, because that had 2 music videos.
Right? I blame America.
Andrew, do you have a guess?
Swim.
Swim is another one that didn't make it. It reached number 34 on adult pop airplay, but it never reached the alt charts. So, Andrew, I am sorry, but you are out for this category. All right, Kyle.
How about If You See Jordan?
That is correct. It reached number 29. The song also did pretty well in the UK and reached number 68 on their just overall charts, as well as number 12 on their rock charts. So If You See Jordan was a pretty big hit. So Kyle, that is your second point for this round. Lindsay, there are 3 left.
Dark Blue.
Dark Blue, another one where too bad, right? Too bad, great song, popular song, did not chart. Jenna.
Would you be able to say again the ones that did chart?
If You See Jordan, Space, Cecilia and the Satellite, High Dive, Fire Escape, and So Close.
Holiday from Real?
No. Another great song, obviously. All right. Kyle, you get to guess until you get something wrong. There are 3 left.
I Woke Up in a Car.
No, that one was surprising for me too. I think that was the song that introduced me to all of this, but no, that is incorrect. So If You See Jordan was the only song on that Leaving Through the Window album that made this chart. Punk Rock Princess made the chart in the UK and reached 33 on their overall charts and number 3 on their rock charts, but never charted in the United States. The 3 that you're missing would be The Resolution, reached number 27. Ohio reached 37. And then Stars most recently reached number 40.
That's absolutely wild that nothing charted off of everything in transit, especially considering one of the songs had 2 music videos, and there were a couple, like maybe 1 or 2 other music videos from that album, and it was all over like the Dawson's Creek and stuff like that. That's crazy.
I think we have something against Ohio because we missed both of the Ohio things. Sorry, Steve.
How could you miss both Ohio questions? I would have too, actually. I might have known Katie, but I wouldn't have known that Ohio ever charted. No way.
All right. So here's the problem. We knew that this was going to happen. There is a tie. So if we are looking at the final standings, we have Lindsay with 9 points. We have Laura with 11. We have 12, which means Kyle and Jenna tie with 13 points. So do you have time for a little tiebreaker?
Bring it on.
Sure.
Okay. So for the tiebreaker, and I'm going to first ask you to guess a number between 1 and 10. Kyle, it's behind my back. What is that number?
5.
Jenna, what is that number?
4.
Jenna, you are absolutely correct. I, of course, was going to pick 4 because I was a kid growing up in Wisconsin in the 90s, and it's always 4 for us because of Brett Favre.
Yeah, just don't defraud the state of Mississippi while you're at it.
I would never defraud the state of Mississippi. You know I would never do that. Either way, will always be my lucky number. So, Jenna, you will get to go first. There are 6 songs on Audio Boxer. What are they?
Letters to Noel.
That is incorrect. Kyle, if you can give me 1, you win this.
Hurricane.
That is correct. It was called the formal weather pattern, but it was called hurricane in parentheses. So we will count it. So well done, Kyle. Congratulations. Jenna, that is heartbreaking, but I mean, you did pretty good. So I would hope that you have your head held up high. I mean, really, everyone did quite well. I actually was, frankly, as someone that hosts this a lot, I was kind of blown away by how everyone did.
Thank you so much for doing this. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you,
Congrats,
Sam.
Kyle.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for hosting and for having us.
Guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Congrats, Kyle, on winning. So let me share with you guys what I have for the winner. And we even have a prize for all of you for, again, donating, being a part of this, and coming in and playing some trivia with us. So for the winner, my daughter's taken up crochet recently, and she was very inspired by an Andrew McMahon video where he was sailing across the crowd on a duck with sunglasses. So she made this duck with sunglasses. The winner's going to get that. I also have some bracelets with some Andrew McMahon lyrics and song titles. One says, I love DJF. There's one that says Andrew McFan for the most knowledgeable Andrew McFan here, as well as some song titles. I've got a Punk Rock Saves Lives from an awesome organization that I would encourage you to check out. I've got some Andrew McMahon song themed stickers like Space and Astronaut and Get on My Wave and Driving Through a Dream and all kinds of things like that. And some podcast stickers, because of course, why not? Because I got some new ones printed. For everyone here, not only did my wife or my daughter take up crochet, my wife did too. So I asked her to kindly make, and I don't know how much you can see that, make some little ducks for everybody that came to play today. So everybody is going to get one of these shipped to them. Thank you guys so much for playing. This was awesome. Just like Sam, I was very impressed. I cannot believe I saw the categories and I was just thinking, oh, no way on some of them. But you guys knocked it out of the park. It was incredible to watch. So I wouldn't have known half those answers. And I literally research Andrew McMahon like 10 to 20 hours a week. So I don't know how you guys did it, but awesome job.
Formidable competitors. Thanks so much, guys.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Yeah, this is super fun.
You all did awesome.
Yeah. Nice job to everybody. Thank you guys so much for playing. And who knows, maybe we'll be able to do this again, have a rematch. And again, congrats to Kyle for being the most knowledgeable Andrew McFan. Oh, I forgot. Speaking of prizes. So can you see that?
Yes.
All right. So that is, instead of trivia player, it will say your name, of course. So we've got the most knowledgeable Andrew McFan. It'll say Kyle with his last name. And it's for winning the first annual Dear Jack Trivia Competition in partnership with the Pub Trivia Podcast. Again, thank you, Sam, and the Something in the Wilderness Podcast. And I put my name on there. And then Andrew McMahon, of course, did not sign this, but I'm sure he thinks you're cool for winning the Andrew McMahon themed trivia. So I put his name on there.
I love it. I love the Andrew McFan thing is excellent.
Yeah. Our buddy Mike, our buddy of the podcast, Mike Valdez, who's been on a few times, he someone else probably coined it as well at some point, but he said that on the podcast, and I thought it was hilarious. So had to use that. And the other thing is this poster donated by Dawn. So thank you, Dawn, from the Team October fundraising team. It is signed by Andrew, and that will be shipped to you as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
No, thank you. Thank you all for playing. So. All right. That's all I've got. So have a great night, and we'll look forward to the next episode.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks a lot. Good night.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for staying up so late for us, Steve.